And we slowly have people joining in. Welcome. I will ask you, first of all, to mute your microphone so we won't hear any disturbance in the background. Thank you. While the people are joining, I'm going to say get comfortable. Right now, we're going to roll a little video. It's going to go for 4 or 5 minutes just for people to join and kind of comfortably settle down. So let's see what we need to do. For now, this is a good time to get yourself settled in a nice, comfy chair. Maybe get something to drink while you're watching our intro. But we're going to be right here.
Oh, what the... Guys! Guys, what happened to honor and democracy and everything?
Нет, я понимаю. Просто я соскучилась.
People don't just turn into things.
I do.
The guy with the money. And the gun.
Nailed it. I know. Thank you. Moving on.
Do you hear that? It's the winds of change.
Hello everyone, this is Animation School. My name is Edward Kurchevsky and I'm professional 2D animator based in Paris.
Bobby, would you care for a piece of pie?
I studied animation over 10 years in one of the top schools in the world and now I'm ready to share my knowledge with you. In the past 4 years of teaching, my students achieved remarkable results and working in studios like Cartoon Saloon, Skiad, studying in schools like Gobelin l'École de l'Image and CalArts.
I'm not sure what we've got here, Charlie. But if we've got what I think we've got something.
Our goal is to prepare qualified professionals in a short amount of time during our intense course. We are here to also create a bridge between you and studios and help you find your first professional position in industry. Online studying became one of the most important parts in worldwide education system, and I am pretty sure with us you will achieve great results. Good luck!
Well, welcome everyone. I'm very happy to see people on the screen. Yeah, thank you for pulling down the video. Well, I think since this is a little bit unusual to our usual format, there are no people who accidentally passed here by. All of the people here are very interested in animation, interested in learning. So let's cater to these people first of all as well. For those who maybe haven't seen me before, I'm Kata. I'm the usual host of Animation Club School's workshops, practices on Discord and on YouTube as well. And now also here on Zoom. So it will be my first little debut as well. A little round of applause. And yeah, let's talk more about the topic, what we're going to meet today. Since we're all here to discuss more in practice about how the learning goes in the school. We've decided to also invite several of our students and graduates so they can also share what they went through personally and also show you the practical side of learning, how the exercise is being developed throughout the weeks, and what you can expect by going on these feedback sessions and what you'll think you'll learn something new. So first of all, let me introduce all of the people who are joining us here as speakers today. So let's start with Monica. Feel free to unmute yourself and tell something about us, something about yourself to us. Sorry. And I can't hear you for some reason.
No sound, yeah.
Now, yes?
Yes.
All good.
Oh, so my headphones, for some reason, were damaging all the stuff. So as I was saying, yeah, I will for sure talk about us a lot. Thank you so much for having me today. It's always a pleasure. As Kata mentioned, I'm a student at Animation Club School. As some of you might have noticed, I'm also part of the support team, so I help with the WhatsApp chats in clarifying stuff about the courses and the enrollment process. I
So
see
you can say it's not your first rodeo. You're already very good with explaining and how everything goes.
I wanted to go undercover, and then Kata just throws me on the fire. No, I'm joking. So thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure.
Yes, we're very happy to have you as well here. I love your works, and we'll get to discuss more about them in the future.
I love your works too.
Oh, thank you. Well, let's then go to Henry. Would you like to say something about yourself? Anything you feel free, comfortable to?
Yeah. Hello, I'm Henry. I study in Animation Club.School. I had Edward as my mentor for like more than 1 year, something like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I started learning animation with the entire team, and I think that was like a very important milestone in my career in which I start understanding what is animation about. So yeah, I'm very grateful with everyone, and I'm here to be able to help as much as I can.
Yeah,
and
very
actually
happy to have you as
you're
well.
the one
Yeah.
who finished the whole 4 classes. Nobody did it after you. Just the one.
Glad to hear that. I also repeat the 4th one because I like it and I needed to practice more.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, wow, how cool. Thank you. Thank you for joining us as well. And one more student who we have today, well, now already a graduate, but a student once, Nikita. Would you like to say something about yourself? Anything you'd like to share?
Yeah, hi. I'm Nikita. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah,
Perfect.
great. So yeah, I'm 2D fix animator. I was on only one class. I finished only one class, but thank you for having me today. Even after I finished only one class, I'm gonna told you about my journey today and about my experience with this school and how it helped me to like to build the system of my knowledges and keep going on.
Yeah, imagine like look how talented you are. Just after one class, you just already get the jobs and
Yeah, I'm gonna
Right?
tell
You're just
about
a
it
little
today.
bit downplaying
Thank you.
yourself. It's just to surprise everyone with the amount of quality. Well, and since we've introduced everyone here, hopefully everyone is already comfortable enough. Everyone got a beverage to drink, just like Edward. Actually, Edward, would you like to introduce yourself? Probably everyone knows who you are, like in general, but maybe you want to share a couple of some things you want to share.
Yes, hello everyone. Thank you for coming. Yeah, it's our first time just speaking to our or not during our streams with the audience. So I've been teaching already for 7 years, and like 1 year and a half where we open our English school, and we want to spread our knowledge to like around the world. And basically my personally, like as a 2D animator teacher, my goal is to make you as a professional animator after this course. So I developed the system, the course made to make you as a professional, and every class it's just like reveal different part of your brain, like animator's brain, and basically complete knowledge. And yeah, after 4 classes, you will have all necessary information and experience to get jobs, and to create maybe your own studio. I mean, I'm talking about the short film creation, when you will understand how to create short films in a team, like working with the different departments and manage all. So you will have all this experience.
Exactly. And I think we already have several students who have like collaborated and
Yeah.
created. I know there's like one studio, they already work on commercial projects, and another one who isn't like this collective stage, but they're already creating the next project.
You're talking about
That's very cool.
Maki Animation?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Maki as a collaborative effort right now, and Toad Animation. It was also started by one of our students, and they're already creating like full on commercial projects.
Yeah,
Very cool.
yeah, it's true.
So, since the introductions are out of the way, let me settle a couple of rules so we can start. Since it's not a usual format, we'll probably get a lot more straight face-to-face reactions and actions. Feel free to listen to us, ask any questions in the chat. I'm gonna separate the Q&A into 2 sections. While we're talking, showing, discussing, doing everything we want to do, I'll ask you to ask the questions in the chat through text. And then if you have any questions you want to ask in person with your own voice, there will be a special Q&A section that's going to be about like 15, 20 minutes, depending on how many questions we'll get. And there it will be a more conversation based. But for now, as you can see in the chat, we put a little kind of message to put the word question first in all caps before actually typing your question out. So there'll be smaller chance that I'll miss it or I won't voice it out as well. I'll try voicing them out as soon as possible as you ask them. But if a question is very good and needs more time to elaborate on it, to talk more in depth, I'm going to ask it later. But for you, it's just a reason to stick around for a little longer and keep up with us. And I think technically, yeah, I think in terms of the rules, that's it. And I think we can jump straight into the conversation. So, as I already told today, the reason we've gathered here today is to explain, go in depth, whatever word you like to choose, about the practical side of learning in the school. So basically, how it goes with your every day-to-day life, what you actually do on the feedback sessions, and what you prepare in between them. So first, let's start because every animator journey is very important, and their background is just as important as in the time of the school. So I wanted to I've already asked a couple of questions beforehand, but I want our graduates and students to tell more about their journey before they started the school, and maybe the moment they found the school, decided to join it, and anything in between that they find important to share. So as usual, let's start with you, Monica. How did you found the school? What were your works before the school? And anything you want to show? Because I
so
know you
let's
have
go.
something to show.
Oh, yeah, just a small something to show. Edward is already laughing at me. Okay, so
No, he
basically,
wouldn't.
no.
I can't allow it.
I'm not going to bother everyone with my life story because it would be a very long time to explain. But just to resume, long story short, I'm not originally from animation. I worked in another career before as human resources manager in software companies. So it really has nothing to do with arts or animation. And after working many years in this career and in my free time drawing and painting, which was like what I really enjoyed to do, I decided, okay, I want to go that way. I don't want to do human resources anymore. I want to be an artist, and specifically, I want to be an animator. So I've done a first foundations course like 3 years ago in another place. I'm not going to say where, but yeah, it was important for my journey at the time. And then I decided to quit my job in the human resources. I've been working as freelance artist and freelance animator ever since, taking some gigs here and there to pay the bills at the same time that I was learning and improving my skills. But like after 2 years of doing this, I felt, okay, I need some more structure. I need some more like help from someone in the industry to make me or to help me learn faster and more effectively, because I felt that my growth as a 2D animator was quite slow and a lot of try and mistake that maybe would be unnecessary if I had a mentor. And actually, I had seen a stream, not like this, it was on YouTube, but I've watched the stream with Edward and Mauer from the visual development courses a long time ago. And since then, I had Animation Club.School here in the back of my mind. So last year, I finally decided it's time. I need this help. I'm going to enroll on Animation School. So, oh, by the way, when Kata invited me for this webinar, I told her literally, do you really want me to go? Because I might be the worst example of a student to go speak on the webinar because I made very poor choices during the courses, like very big mistakes, very poor time management. Okay, so I'm going just to talk about
We're gonna jump into it.
about
Please
mistakes and
give us bad examples.
I
We
will
need
give
that.
all the bad examples. That's why I'm
real.
here.
I was thinking that I was worst one, but
Oh,
let's
no.
compare.
So we got a bunch of losers like here, right?
No, Nikita, I'm sure I'm much worse than you. So there was a lot of mistakes that I'm gladly going to share with you. So hopefully you won't do the same. And the very first mistake or difficult decision I done was I asked Edward to join directly in course 2 and not go to course 1 because I had already some foundations. Of course, it was not perfect. I lacked some fine tuning of the fundamentals, but Edward told me and warned me, but this second course is very difficult. It's very technical. You should do the first course so you could be more prepared for the second one. So it's not going to be so frustrating. And I insisted because I only had one slot, like I can only attend one at this time of my life. I can only put my coins on one. So I really want to do the body mechanics one, the second course. And so Edward said, okay, it's on you. And then I joined. And yeah, I can confirm it was very frustrating because it's a quite difficult and advanced course. I also know how the first course is because I had the chance to watch some classes from course 1, and it's not as basic as it seems, although it's called basic. Usually I always say this, it should not be called basics because it's not basic at all. It's quite already advanced as well. So yeah, don't try to jump steps. That would be one of my
Is this actually maybe a
advices.
good note to change the name with, yeah.
Yeah, maybe to change it like to foundations or something.
Yeah,
Because that
because you
would
know
be pretty straightforward.
when people think about basics, they say, "Oh, okay, jumping like a bouncing ball, and that's all." No, that's not all. That's like you will also do a jumping bouncing ball in the first 5 minutes of the course. Everything else will be very much more advanced, like turnarounds and maybe I'm speaking too much. already.
Oh, it's okay. No,
But-
you've been just I'm
yeah,
totally okay
I
with it.
think the first course is not as basic, and I should have not skip it to the second one.
I think the name of the first course should be the most important course ever. Don't miss it never.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
I
but
agree. I agree with that. Sometimes when I'm chatting with students or potential students on WhatsApp, and they ask me this, oh, but I already have some experience. And then we look at the portfolios. You do have some great ideas and drawing skills, but some of the foundations are missing. You should improve these because believe me, I've been there. You will be frustrated if you jump directly to the course 2. So this was my first big life mistake. Although I don't regret it, I loved the second course. I really absolutely loved it, but it was quite difficult. Then the second mistake was, or poor life choice was, I had already some projects ongoing at the same time I did the course, and it was a bit difficult to time manage the balance between everything. So yeah, I should have absolutely done a better time management and dedicate more time to the course, because then at the end, that's why I was saying I'm the worst student possible to be here, because after completing course 2 and not even completing course 3, because for the better, the goods, I have some good projects going on, but I didn't even complete course 3. And yeah, I should definitely have thought about this and set my expectations right before jumping on
That
this,
could happen.
this
No,
courses.
but what you're saying it's extremely important because not only you, a lot of students that I have doing the same thing. They underestimate the course and they overestimate their skills, and that's why it makes a lot of problem. Especially in the second course, a lot of students had burnout after all because they didn't manage. I mean, they did bad time management.
Yeah, absolutely. So maybe what I would advise here is, yeah, the courses are difficult. Let's not try to soften it. It's if you want to really be a great animator, this is definitely the right place to be. I'm not just saying. I really love being part of this community. Edward is a very demanding mentor. He doesn't let me lie, and Kata neither. He's very picky with small details that make a lot of a difference at the end in the results that you deliver, and that's what makes you grow as an animator, like big time.
True. Let's while we're still with you, can you show us a couple of stuff you did before the school? And maybe while we're discussing about your experience in the school, we can also just combine 2 in 1, and you'll just talk more about what you did during your exercise.
Okay.
And
So
then
can
we'll
you
go
see-
with the rest of the people.
Sure. Can you see my screen?
Yep,
Not yet.
perfectly.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe
So
not me.
I've picked there's some stuff here. I'm not going to show everything. There's one thing I think it's important to show because it also made me decide to join Animation Club.School, which is what you already may recognize, because maybe most of you already did this as well. The Jumping Cup. This is one of our free workshops. When I did this, I was not yet part of the team, so I was like a regular student trying free stuff on the internet. And thank God I found this, because that's how I found the school. And it was a nice exercise to start with. So I have some stuff here that I did before. I will show you one. which was a small animation I did and that I sent to my company when I quit my job as human resources manager. I look at it right now and I cringe. So you will cringe as well.
You were brave. That was the most important part.
I mean, I did this and I sent this to the whole company of more than 300 people. So
well, I mean,
like,
that's still very
bye.
charming.
Sorry?
That's very charming still.
Yeah.
Bye now. No,
Yeah,
but I mean,
wow.
yeah, I thought it was a cool thing at the time because that's what I could do at the time. I was just starting. But of course, I look at this now and meh, yeah, that neck and that head and that timing. Okay, I will just close this. I cannot look at it anymore.
Oh, but it's actually very
No, but
cool.
don't
Like,
downplay itself. It's very
yeah.
good.
It's very cool to make something like to show when you quit. It's brilliant.
Yeah,
it
very
was so
petty and
satisfying.
classic.
I loved doing that.
It's nice, but right now in 2024, it really looks like something that this Neuro stuff could do. You know,
like AI.
Yeah.
Aww, but it just means it's a super popular art style. Everyone wants to have what you have. Yeah.
I mean, in good
Yeah,
meaning. Like
that's
we are
cool.
growing.
Exactly.
I hope so that our place is safe. So I'm maybe going to show another one that's a project. It was just a demo for a project with some lip sync. I also cringe at some stuff, but one more time.
Oh, the only thing I don't hear the sound. Maybe have it off.
Yeah,
Oops.
it's off. It's off.
Sorry, can you repeat, Kata, please?
The sound is off on your
Oh
lip sync.
no! Oh no!
Yeah.
I'm sorry. So yeah, this
good.
was also one of the things I did in the beginning. I cringed by looking at this line here jumping. That's something that I got from Edward's classes. Like I'm constantly looking at this stuff, which is great because at the time I didn't have anyone pointing me to these sort of things. So that's amazing. So I think it's enough with stuff I did before. So let's maybe jump to a shot I've worked during the courses. Yes. Oh, but yeah, I've picked this one for only one reason, because it was the only one I brought to a finish from courses 2 and 3. Everything else is still like on a rough stage or very bad tie down stage. So I picked the walk cycle because I actually brought half of it to a finish, not even the whole thing. This is one of the exercises we had to do on course 2. I loved it. I actually love to do this more technical stuff. Maybe I'm a weird person, like the walk cycles and turnarounds and loops and everything that is technical and cleanup. I love all of this.
There's like
I'm
2
amazed.
camps.
I'm amazed how much of details you got here. Like, it's really complicated model.
Man, once this is another regret I had at the time, because when Edward told us to pick the characters, he said, be careful with the character you are picking. Of course, pick some character from the industry so we can work on the tie down properly and recognize the character, but don't pick something extremely difficult. And what did I do? I picked Jinx. Why did I do that? I was crazy. I mean, okay, I love Jinx. I thought it was a good idea to pick something 3D and make it 2D, but I regret it immediately because of all these little things rotating here, and then the hands and the braids, everything was driving me nuts. So I didn't, again, manage my time properly. I only was able to finish this one, not even yet the profile one. Maybe I can share a bit some of the processes, Kata.
Yeah, of course. Let me give a quick introduction. What consists of course 2? We basically I'll just give a quick X course because we're gonna have different exercises from different classes.
Yeah.
And here we're talking mostly about course 2, but course 1, it consists of very foundational stuff. So like a bouncing ball, ball with a tail, a jumping pillow that does a bunch of dynamic stuff as like jumps, kicks, and punches. So you'll basically understand like rhythm like this, and in the end you have a turnaround. And the second one, it basically has all of these foundations, but like on steroids. So as first exercise, it's very technical. It's the walk cycle. Then you have a very creative, very dynamic task called the dynamic shot, where you move your camera and you have your character do a bunch of cool stuff. And then in the end of the second course, you have an exercise for lifting weights, which is a very interesting kind of mirror to the punch exercise for me. And in the course 3, we talk more about more nuance, like acting, very intricate body mechanics, and
Yeah, like subtle animation.
exactly. So this is from course 2, and this was one of the most technical exercises, the walk cycle. I'm personally absolutely not a technical person. The walk cycle was like, I can't say like I hated it, but I loved animating, but I love that I had to like compare all the stuff on these like minute things. So I think there are like two camps of animators: those who love the technical stuff, who thrive in it, and those who struggle in the dynamic, and vice versa. Well, for me, as I'm speaking.
Yeah, I mean, I struggled with all of them. Okay, so I struggled with this one as well. But I actually enjoy these technical things and knowing the arcs of the shoulders and the knees on the different views. So this is something I really enjoy. I can tell you that I struggled more with the dynamic shots because I have a struggle to animate first the volumes and then the character. I kind of cannot sync without the design of the character already. And another mistake I do is jumping directly into drawing the actual character before getting the action and the movement right. And that's another thing that made me waste a lot of time during the courses. And Edward can confirm that.
Yep.
So yeah. What else can I show? Maybe some work in progress from this exercise very quickly, so you can see what we do in the very first sessions with the mentor. This was on week 2, like we first work on the global construction of the movements, and then Edward gives feedback specifically on overall on this part, and only then we move to more specific stuff like tying down the character, working on overlaps and follow throughs and all the little details. But yeah, so we go from big to small, and I think that's one of the things that work very well in classes.
I think we can move on to Henry, right? To have also all guests.
So we'll have time for all of us because
the
conversation has been absolutely enthralling. Yeah, we have to keep on time.
Yes, absolutely. Let's go.
We can have a little after party with you, Monica, where we'll just like chat away for several hours. Well, let's go to our next student. It's Henry. So since we've combined the first and the second question I had for you, I would love to hear your journey about how you found Animation Club School, what made you join, maybe like a specific post. Like Monica said, she saw a live stream with Maor and Edward a couple of years ago, and that's how she started. Maybe you had like a similar story going into it.
So yeah, I started as a cutout animator into Harmony. And I was doing like a lot of courses in how to be a cutout animator, and I realized that I was not improving at all. And in my close context about what was animation, I thought it was more of a technical aspect rather than an artistic one. So I was even paying and spending all my money in rigging courses, how to rig into Harmony, how to make better puppets, and I even develop a good level on the technical aspects. And once I understood how to create these puppets, I was like, okay, let's try animation again. But my animations were looking like very awful. And I was like, well, it's not about this, so what it should be. And I was like, okay, I'll surrender. I'm going to try 3D. And I was looking for 3D courses because I really love how 3D animation courses are like structured, like basic body mechanics, acting, and all of that. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to make a 3D course. I will give up 2D animation. And then I started looking, maybe there's a 2D animation course that could be structured, very well structured as a 3D course. And I started looking 2D animation courses, 2D animation mentorship, 2D animation, 2D animation. And I remember scrolling into the pages down in the bottom part of the Google page, like 1, 2, 3. I remember it was like in the 7th page that I scrolled and I saw AnimationClub.School, and I was like, click on that.
Wow, you were hunting for us.
Yeah, and when I clicked on that, I was like, wow, what is this? They have like basics, body mechanics, acting, and like the short film was like, oh, this is what I'm looking for. And then I tried to sign up, and yeah, that was how I get into the course. I also had like this belief that I knew something about animation because I was doing puppet cutout animation for maybe like 1 year. And when I started the first class, the basic, every class after I had a class with Edward, I was very sad because I thought I knew animation. But when I was like not being able to animate like a bouncing ball, I was like, oh my God, what? I was supposed to do, I'm doing character animation in puppet in cutout. Like I was doing character animation in cutout. And I cannot do like a bouncing ball across the screen, no way. So I stick into the complete course and yeah. It was mind blowing for me because it expands my perspective and inspire a desire of me to not only pursue a technical career but also to pursue an artistic career. And from that, I don't only get inspired in learning animation, but I also get inspired in learning to draw. And now my pursuit is not about achieving, like I said, like achieving a technical skill, but more of pursuing an artistic life. And since then, many opportunities has been open in my life, and even new hobbies that I didn't expect it to enjoy, like being able to attend live drawing classes here in Canada, or even just doing crazy complex, using complex characters from Disney and being able to bring them to life. So yeah, that is how I started. And what is the other question?
Maybe you can show a couple of works if you have anything on hand before you start the school. The second one is how did your school experience went? But we'll get to it a bit later.
Yeah, but it's already impressive story. I'm so proud of you.
Yes, everyone has such different perspectives. It's so interesting.
Yes. That's why I'm very grateful for it. Yeah. So I share right now the animation or later?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
You can share stuff if you have anything before the school.
No, I don't want to show that. Yeah.
For sure. We'll drop it. We understand. I understand. In solidarity.
Of course.
Then let's hop
to.
Oh well.
I feel cheated.
No. So what I'm going to show right now is like a very important piece of animation, which I learned a lot from during the course. And after finishing the 4th modules, I feel like I needed to practice more, and I also get too attached to the idea of having a mentor that there was a point in my life and I created this dependency on having someone to give me feedback and not move by myself. But after this exercise, I feel like I not only passed that limiting belief, but I also learned how to be a critique of my own work. And now I'll share like some cool interactions I have with Edward at the time, making this animation, and how my workflow and thought process improve. So yeah, this animation, I'm going to show it step by step, and now we're going to start with the idea. Wait, I'm sharing again because I forget to share the audio.
For sure.
Sorry. Share screen. Share sound. Oh, okay. So let me know if it's.
I just want to say.
Yep.
Stay away from my right knee. Watch my left shoulder.
I will.
The sound works, right?
Yes, yes.
Perfect.
Okay, so when I go to YouTube, I just try to look for actors that I like and try to find like best scene for these actors. And I found this that I found interesting to make an animation. And then I start with the idea and the thumbnails, and I did like a blocking pass of the main poses. And this, for me, is the most important thing that I learned from, because I did this. I should reference, and I lay out the animation in the way I thought it was correct, or the way I look at my reference, but I didn't consider like I didn't consider my camera lenses and also the composition that I was working on. And this is the result that I had.
Stay away from my right knee. Watch my left shoulder. I will.
And if I was like doing this by my own, I'll maybe continue doing this until the ending phase. But that is not the proper way, because Edward told me like, hey, if you want to be able to do like proper animation, you have to know more about camera lenses. And he completely changed the animation. And that was a moment when I was discouraged, because I was like, wow, I don't know if I will be able to do something by my own way if I make like a mistake like this huge, and I will be doing the same going forward. But then once I passed that, I was being able to analyze and came up with better ideas on how to compose this shot. So yeah, this is how I originally started. And not also that, he also told me like, hey, you have to know where the character is moving in perspective. Like you have to plan the feet on the ground. And I was just exploring. I did like more than 20 passes in this animation because I didn't know what I was doing. And even that I had Edward and he told me what to do, like my awareness of what animation is, even if I receive the answers, I have to make the mistakes in order to understand how the process worked. So I did this volume pass in which I moved the character in a grid, in perspective, and I understand the movement and how the character worked. Nice. But then I realized, oh no, these are not the proportions of the character. So I have to redo everything again. And I did like a pass with the keys on top of it, and I realized, oh no, it's not in the proportions. So that cost me like 5 more passes of rough animation. Here, I start again doing more rough passes, trying to see like the movements, the key poses, the overlapping actions.
Can I ask, how much time would you spend like per day, per week? What would be your normal like average? Since you have like so many passes, I'm wondering it probably took like a lot of time to do.
This animation took me 4 months to finish.
Well, I mean, yeah, for sure. But like, would you say you'd spend like just like whole
No,
day? Like you wake up,
well, no,
work?
because I had freelance work, I had college, so I was
Yeah.
putting at least 2 hours per day. I wish I could put
Impressive.
more
With
time,
the amount of
but
stuff.
I hadn't had. Yes. So yeah, and I also realized that, like the piece was very long, and I was getting discouraged for how long it was and how much I had to animate. So I cut it, and I put more hard work on it to make it more polished and more cool.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Shorter,
this
but
is
higher
animation.
quality.
Right, exactly. This is a rough pass, more rough pass. I was putting more keys in the design. And here's like one tie-down pass. And then here is another tie-down pass. At this stage, I finished my 4th module and I didn't finish animation. So I asked like Edward, hey, can I do the after class with the teacher? And he was like, yeah, it's Ksenia. And I'm like, who? And he was like, yeah, she's a very good teacher. And I met Ksenia, and yeah, she worked in Cartoon Saloon, and she gave me a lot of cool tips. And he also inspired me to finish this animation. So yeah, I had 2 teachers, and also Andre for short in design. And yeah, this is animation, and this is the final animation here.
I just want to say, stay away from my right knee.
Amazing. So you did only
Absolutely
one.
insane.
So you cut it right. You did only one sentence, right?
Yeah, Then after was like this and like this.
Yeah. Okay.
I wanted to polish and to understand, like,
Yeah, but it's
yeah.
amazing how subtle face animation is. So great, so good.
Yeah.
Amazing.
There is something cool also that happens here. It's like when someone tells you like, "Are you aware that you're breathing?" and you start like, because you wasn't aware that you were breathing.
Yeah.
Edward told me here like, "Hey, check your spacing. You see this line is in the same place for 3 frames," and I'm like, "Ah, that is a spacing. That is what is spacing is about. That is the spacing of the drawing." It was like for me, like, "Hey, are you aware that you're breathing? That you're breathing? Are you aware of like your life?" And I was like, "Wow." Like just by telling me, like he explained it on the course, like, "Yeah, this is the spacing. This is how you track the spacing from drawing to drawing." But I hear that, but I wasn't able to digest that information until he was like, "Hey, you see this line is the same place for 3 drawings." And at that moment, moving forward, I was looking at spacing in everything around me.
Yeah, it's interesting how sometimes information just clicks, in the one specific moment. I consider it as a level up. Basically,
Yeah.
you gain, like in the game, in the video game, you gain experience
Yes.
until certain moment, and then just the same thing, the same information just clicked because of the amount of experience you get already reached the limit, and just you have level up, and you just get, whoa, wow, okay, now I see.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like an evolution. It's
Yeah.
like a level 2 Pokemon evolution at the moment.
Exactly.
So yeah. And yeah, this is like that is for me why it's very important, this animation. Like I understood how was animation process, how to optimize the animation process. Don't feel bad to make more than 20 passes. Even Tizinia told me like, yeah, I also did like 20 passes for an animation, and when I was working in Cartoon Salon. I was like, what? You? Yeah. So it's normal, and sometimes we have to put a lot of thought process on in the early stages of animation to avoid having nonsense compositions and ideas, and to be a better critic of our work, and don't give up. Just keep doing as much as passes as you can until you have your animation. Now animation, I feel like it's more like a sculpture rather than animations.
And it's
Like I try to.
it's actually great that you really pushed it forward all the time, and you didn't do compromises, because compromises it's the enemy of good animation. If you do something like this and you say, it's fine, it's enough, it's gonna be a problem here for sure, 100%. If you say it once, you will continue, and it's gonna be a bad animation in the end. So and it's good that you really like pick some stuff and pushed it forward until it's gonna be good.
Nice. Thank you. Yeah.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you
It's
for
amazing
sharing.
work.
Thank you.
Well, and now we have one more student. Hopefully, yep. Great point about compromises. Exactly. Nikita, would you like to share with us? How did you find the school? How did you got into it? And what was your exercise you want to share with us
It's
today?
actually a funny story, maybe less dramatic than previous one, but much more funny, because I was working in motion design sphere. I was working in pretty like huge corporation. I was working in Snapchat for this time. And like, it was kind of great job, nice money, but nothing interesting. Like, because I literally made these ears and tongues, all this stuff, and it's pretty technical company in general. And I'm not kind of technical person, I'm not. I don't work to. I don't want to work with like this technical stuff. I'm much more about telling the stories with my job. And I was watching, that some people, they do animations or something like this, and I was like, wow, I want to do stuff like this. I can do stuff like this. I can learn. And I started to do some animations. I found Edward. I didn't know the time that he's kind of teacher. I found his account in some social networks, and I just texted him. Actually, guys, it's nice stuff to text somebody that like somebody who you like, I mean, their works.
Yeah,
I
internet
just
made this
texted
possible.
him, and I showed some of my works, something I got that time, and asked him, "What do you think?" And he said that like this fine, but in general, you got amazing luck of this like technical knowledges about this. Maybe something artistic, you get something, but not technical at all. And he told me that actually I got the courses. I mean, I'm a teacher, and I was like, oh wow. And this is a point that it was mentioned with Monica, and I was thinking at the time, okay, I mean, I'm a motion designer. I got some experience in composition, coloring, in animation at all. Like, I was thinking maybe I can start from second class. And Edward told me like, well, you can try, but I would not recommend. And I was lucky. I was lucky to be smart enough to listen, because, like Andrew said, I mean, it was just like it
Bouncing
was
ball?
just ball, that jumping ball, and like it changed a lot. Like I said before, I got a lot of knowledges before, but I got amazing lack of animation, like this craft animation, technical knowledges, and yeah, we can. I believe we can start show something that
Yeah,
I
for
made
sure.
before and I made during the first class, and how it improved my skills. Give me a second.
For sure.
Okay, you can see probably just
We
it's
see
empty, right?
your
Beautiful
mountains.
mountains.
Okay. Hi guys. So yeah, right now I'm working like as a fixed animator, and before I started learning in Edward's classes, I was trying to do some. I just don't know why. I never learned it like particular, but I just felt that it's interesting for me to do some fixed stuff. So yeah, this some stuff I showed Edward before, and something that I did before. I also got some, something like this. It's again, like I said, I got some experience with motion design, but lack of technical knowledges. So, and in all of my old works, you can see that it's almost all of them. It's with this kind of liquids, with fire, with something like
Movie.
this. So yeah, I did different stuff. Some of this is just personal projects. Some of this it's like this is just logo. One music band, and I would not recommend you to Google this name of this band because I don't know how to explain what's going on in their social networks.
Well, you're not responsible for them.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, and then we move to the first class. And there was the ball. I don't have, I have a lot of Edward notes, not with this one. I can move like to this example, like how it's going. That I do animation and you see some of our paints that some Edward did. And so yeah, how it helped me to improve. It's not only our paint, of course. He explained every single mistake. He didn't fix it. He explained what I should do to fix it by myself. And the main point here, he explained me how I should think to explain to fix this stuff, how it should work. I mean, so it's kind of knowledge that okay, I can systemize it and bring to my next animations.
Exactly what Henry said, with being like your own kind of critic, learning how to like analyze your work. Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah. And I'm not gonna stop for a long time for all of these animations. Yeah, I'm just gonna show all of them. It's pendulum, as you see, and it was tail before. So yeah, just how it works. I mean, I don't think that it's in the A of course of the courses. I
No,
mean,
it's
I'm
fine.
just
It's fine.
showing, yeah,
Don't worry.
Well, I mean, we're here
how
to
it
show the
works,
practical side,
what you're
so.
gonna face. Because yeah, I mean, I just thought that it could be useful to show how it.
Yeah, I recognize my creepy notes. Yeah, by the way,
But
yeah, like
was amazing
you see
useful.
here my just creepy lines and notes because it's not about the beauty, it's about the knowledge. It's about the what's it
Exactly.
about.
Yeah, like we talked, like I said before, it's about technical, some technical stuff. And it
This
was
one,
like,
Oh, I remember
still
this one.
people from the courses copying it because it's like it says this work it's on our website as an
And it's in the
example.
courses. Yeah.
Yeah, in the courses as an example what you can do with this exercise, and sometimes people just really copy it, like literally.
Oh, I was so impressed when I was learning because it was as one of the examples. I was like super impressed. I remember this one.
great, and I can show if it makes sense, like when we finished.
Yeah.
So it's compilation of all stuff of first course. I was learning on second course too, but I got some issues with my health, so I just left it. You know, before it was finished, I didn't make it, unfortunately. But I got some notes and some knowledges too. So anyway, it was amazing, useful for me. And after, I don't know, like we
After,
have to
I
be
think we'll
honest.
have more time to discuss. Let me also tell,
Okay.
since Nikita showed us the exercise. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I just wanted
This
to say
happened.
that even after this stuff with balls, yeah, it never leaves you. It's something that like it makes
No, but
sense, you know, just to refresh in your head. And like some people say in animations that everything is jumping ball, that
yeah.
almost everything. Like when you do when you're animating kind of walk cycle, it's from some point it's jumping ball too. So yeah, it's a basis.
Yeah.
It's something that people before me told that
But
it perfectly makes sense to start from basis because you never know what you doesn't know.
But
What you don't know.
it's exactly what you're showing now. It's exactly the thing that you can do during the first course if you have skills and you can push your work further, keeping the same assignment. For example, this is like I could accept it as a bouncing ball. Okay, it's a skull, but fine for me. It makes all sense with the assignment. If it goes with assignment well, I accept it, and you can push your works forward to forward. For example, here this call could be also in the fire, for example, yeah. And if you want to push it further, so it's basically up to you. It's not, of course, not like about basics. It's about basics, but you can push them whenever you want.
Yeah, the word foundations feels a lot more accurate to describe the first class rather than basics, because you can do a lot more. There's a lot of creative freedom in these exercises, I feel, just depending on amount of time you have, resources you can spend, and just the experience you already have.
Yeah, especially in the second block, the second month, there is a very free assignment basically.
Exactly.
So yeah, just as a conclusion, I started from this point and I can finish with it that these basic knowledges, technical knowledges, it really helped me to systemize all my knowledges, to systemize all my, I don't know, talents or something like this, to do it right way. And right now, my career, I would say it's much better than it was before courses. Yeah, I work with HBO, Netflix, I work with Line Animation, with Agora Studios. So it's pretty nice studios if you don't know them.
I mean, yeah, pretty nice is a good word to use when describing them. I would say
Yeah.
crazy impressive.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And
You're welcome.
talking about thank you, I got this one too. So yeah.
Oh, thank you. When you first showed the teddy bear, I was like, don't tell me he did the teddy bear as well.
No, it's not mine. I mean, I just get ready for the stream.
No, this is perfect. Like a greeting and an end card. I love these.
It's like a card
I
from grandma.
also Yeah, how sweet. Makes you feel like warm inside. I also wanted to talk about that. We discussed mainly the first, the second, and the third course, with Nikita showing stuff from the fourth course, Henry showing stuff from the third one, and Monica showing from the second. But we also have another course that's called Short Film Creation. And even though we don't have an exercise to show you right now, I would say I would even send you a little link if you have time and if you want to watch later after this webinar, there's a very good stream called The Making of Pink Floyd that I sent in the chat that basically is a live stream where a couple of our graduates come together. One of them is from visual development, no, not from visual development, from VFX, and one of them is from the animation and directing. And they're showing the whole process of collaborating, creating like one big project, working in these like studio conditions. So it's also very interesting. We just don't have enough time and resources to spend on the short film, but it's also really, really interesting. And we go really in depth in there. So right now, I think if there are any works any of the students would like to show, maybe something else we've missed. Otherwise, this is a perfect time to ask any questions you have about the school, maybe about some intricacies of learning in it. Yeah, I think this is a perfect time to have a little bit of like a Q&A time, and then we'll slowly roll to a close.
I mean, I just got one question.
Yes.
I can see how to check in Zoom. I'm not streaming right now, right?
Yeah, you're not.
No, you're
Oh,
not.
great.
You're not.
Thank you.
All good.
you.
You're about to show, so you are about to collect more cards for the next stream.
I got just one more,
can
but
bring you
I missed block with this one because I tried to be shorter.
Well, I mean, we can go for a little while. We'll still have some more time. So if people have questions, they can text them out, but we can spend more time in discussing.
Maybe it's gonna be easier maybe to voice them or no? Maybe
I mean,
like people who are here, maybe it's gonna be easier, faster.
Oh, it's definitely going to be faster, but sometimes people are not comfortable with using like microphones.
So I
So
mean,
I'm
sure,
always
sure.
giving
I'm just saying
an option.
that if someone is more comfortable to by speaking than texting, I think it's fine.
Unmuting is always an option. But Nikita, you wanted to show us something you missed initially when speaking? We can look at it while we're waiting for people to formulate a couple of questions.
It's not necessary. I mean, I just thought that like we're gonna have more time for our blogs. So yeah, I mean, I got some work that I did after courses. Yeah, I mean, because it was a huge gap between, like I said, Netflix, HBO, and finishing course. Yeah, and so let's be honest, it was tough times. It was kind of 250 refuses with I mean with trying to get some offer. So yeah, I mean it was just stories that like, hey guys, like anyway it's gonna take some time. Anyway, it's gonna take some struggling. Anyway, it's gonna take some patience. So, but I can say it this way: don't show anything about it. It just
exactly. Do not be discouraged.
Maybe for somebody, I know some people that it works for them, from the start. For somebody, it doesn't. But like, don't give up, guys.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, we still have time here, and we'll still all gather together. I wanted to actually remind, because I never did it before, that if you're interested, if you liked what you saw, if you liked what you saw in the first, second, or third course, you can always join us in the courses on June 19th. So it's just about a month for you to kind of decide if you want to start your animation journey today or continue with some of our students who already had some experience behind them shoulders, and basically continue on your animation journey. So If anyone has any questions, feel free to unmute the mic. Would happily listen to you and answer any pressing questions you might have. And I'm going to give a couple of minutes. So people who are not brave enough to voice the question, definitely I'm giving you 2 minutes to decide if you want to ask it. And afterwards, I think we can slowly roll out. Ooh. Nikita also sent a video, a Vimeo link in the chat for people to look at his current reel. So if anyone's interested, where are graduates now? One of the reasons, one of the resources. That's a better word for it.
Yeah, impressive work.
Thank you.
Extremely. I love such different backgrounds. Whenever we invite students over graduate, like stuff like this, over talking over Zoom, over live, it's always so interesting to watch what different perspectives and backgrounds people had. Some people come from, for example, like Monica, she came from HR, or Nikita, who came from motion design, or Henry, who worked from like rigged stuff and cutouts. It's interesting how these experiences like layer on your work as an animator still.
Yeah.
You can still feel it.
Oh, I have a question, if possible.
Yeah.
To Nikita. Hello, Nikita. So, very nice reel. Now I'm looking at it and I'm curious. Do you make some type of research before making these cool effects animations, or most of them are like out of your mind? How is
It
like your
depends.
thought
Yeah,
process?
it's about different different kind of animation. You know, it happened. It was funny part that it happened that you know, it was several great FX animators. I mean, it was a bunch of great animators, but just 4, if I'm not wrong, FX animator on this show. And I don't know, Benji Brook, he was kind of director and the main supervisor. One of my first shots, it was this kind of fungus, you know, this organic stuff, this weird, gross stuff. And he was kind of, you feel it. And so I was animating kind of blood, vomit, all this organic stuff, you know, all
Everything
this
that's sleepy and
weird,
goopy.
gross. Yeah. It was guys. They animated a lot of kind of fire, water, like electricity, you know, all this stuff. But
And you had
it's
only
something about
only
vomit
mud.
and shit.
Goop guy.
It's this guy. Yeah, I mean, oh, it's spit. Somebody spitting, somebody vomit.
Yeah, nice.
So yeah,
This
and
is work
Straight
with
to the
Nikita.
goop department.
sometimes I used some references, but not like this this kind of. I mean, just for example, I filmed for myself references for. There's a shot with kind of with the ground when when some creature trying to dig another one. Yeah, and
Okay.
I made this stuff in my kitchen with rice. I just filmed.
Come on, we
Yes.
want to watch that. Please show
I
us.
can't. It's deleted right now. I mean, I didn't dig kind of myself or somebody.
Okay.
It was just you know rice and my arm.
Your hand like throwing.
Yes, yes, something like this. But this interesting part of a fix, you don't use a lot of references if it's something something not usual like fire or water. Sometimes there's a lot of it's a huge space for your you know for your imagination, but a huge space for mistakes and re-editing too.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
cool.
seems kind of
Thank you.
common with the 20 passes and the re-editing and re-editing. Just part of the course.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Thank
Well,
you.
we have been here. Well, my timer shows about an hour and a half. I think we've been here, maybe a little bit less. But I think since we don't don't have a lot of questions. I think it was very dense. There was like a lot of information going on. So I think most of the people need some time to breathe. And always you can join our Discord. You can always join our social medias. And if you have any questions like that, we'll also have a support section. So even, as Monica said, even through WhatsApp, we're able to help and we're able to lend a hand and explain any kind of question like this if you need to. But right now, I think we have about, more or less 4 minutes left. It would be perfect if we showed our little outro video and then close the Zoom video. So we'll be able to have a good evening. And also reminding you, if you liked what you saw and you like the things we discussed here and you think you want to go more in depth, there's always June 19th. There's always our website. And as like a practice run, you can always download our free courses, try yourself out, feel if it's something that you feel inclined doing. But noting that you're here through like how you got into the Zoom room, you're definitely interested in animation. And I think this would be something that would be beneficial for you.
Oh, what the... Guys! Guys, what happened to honor and democracy and everything?
Нет, я понимаю. Просто я соскучилась.
People don't just turn into things.
I do. I'm the guy with the money. And the gun.
Nailed it. I know, thank you. Moving on.
Do you hear that? It's the winds of change.
Hello everyone, this is Animation School. My name is Edward Kurchevsky and I'm professional 2D animator based in Paris.
Bobby, would you care for a piece of pie?
I studied animation over 10 years in one of the top schools in the world and now I'm ready to share my knowledge with you. In the past 4 years of teaching, my students achieved remarkable results and working in studios like Cartoon Salon, Skiald, studying in schools like L'École de l'Image and CalArts.
I'm not sure what we've got here, Charlie. But if we've got what I think we've got something.
Our goal is to prepare qualified professionals in a short amount of time during our intense course. We are here to also create a bridge between you and studios and help you find your first professional position in industry. Online studying became one of the most important parts in worldwide education system, and I am pretty sure with us you will achieve great results. Good luck!
I think so. Well, for those who stayed for here, Antonio, Anastasia, Nelfi, Mukul, thank you so much for being here with us. Hopefully, what we discussed today was informal for you, that you found something useful for yourself and for your consideration for joining the courses. Again, they start on June 19th, so there's like about a month to decide that for yourself. I wanted to say again thank you to Monica, Nikita, Henry, and Edward for joining us here today. It was amazing listening to your perspectives. I personally had a lot of fun. It's always nice to talk to graduates and like about their experiences. And yeah, I think we can
awesome
roll
here.
here.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. It was really, really fun.
Thank you for having us.
Thank
Yeah,
you. Thank you
as
for
well.
everyone. It was
Honor.
a pleasure to see you again.
Yeah, it's always
Exactly.
amazing.
Yeah. So
Okay.
now we're gonna close the Zoom room. So thank you for being here today. I'm gonna stay here for a little while, close the doors behind everyone, take the key back
Yeah.
to the station. You know, I need to close the classroom, wipe the floors, you know, everything. So feel free to gather your bags and slowly exit through the exit room. It was really nice having you here. And hopefully we'll get to have you more in the future. But for
All
now,
right. Bye-bye.
have a good evening
Thank you.
and
Nice to
have
see
a
you
good
all.
rest of your week.